When you see a distressed house, you think, there is a story behind it. At some point, some family or person did live there.
So I thought that learning about vacant homes within the city of Maplewood would be really interesting.
I'm really passionate about rehabilitation of neighborhoods in general.
Your zip code can really dictate the wealth that you have. I wanted to look into different pathways for developing wealth.
4 young professionals committed to clearing wider pathways to home ownership partnered with Maplewood over the spring.
These students really do want to make a difference in the real world.
Their task, identifying the city's vacant properties and devising a way to fix them up for people who want to buy an affordable home.
We were familiar with a partnership at the University of Minnesota. It's called the Resilient Communities Project, and they have a partnership model where cities can apply to partner with the university to help cities with issues that cities are facing. I think we were accepted in the program because we aligned with the goals of building community resilience, working towards equity goals, and implementing local community housing plans.
At the Humfrey School, we're training professionals to be out there in the real world, to be planners, to be policy professionals. And so the opportunity to get that experience while they're still a student is huge.
I think what we got out of it was just a lot of guided research. We were able to kind of pursue the avenues that we wanted to.
So I think one thing that the students bring is removing barriers of thinking. There's no question kind of out of bounds for them to explore, either academically or with the community stakeholders.
We had sort of an aha moment when we met with the Dayton Bluff Neighborhood Council. We found a program doing something that ticked so many boxes of what we were looking for, and it was right next door in a program that even does some work in Maplewood.
The amount of partnerships you have to do to get the financing you need to rehab a home was really, I think, interesting and eye-opening to me.
You choose a partner and then have them start. Because I think really once it's handed off to a partner, they can really go with it. And particularly since there's already money set aside, really it seems like a good kind of plug and play situation.
Maplewood has set about $350,000 aside for this endeavor, mainly from the sale of existing city property and federal COVID relief dollars.
A lot of the vacant homes that we knew about had actually already been sold, had actually been kind of rehabbed and were reoccupied. So there is kind of the private market is solving part of the problem.
However, most private buyers are scooping up housing for rental, which limits affordable owner-occupied opportunities.
I think one of their key findings was that we don't need to just focus on vacant properties. We think it's a good start to get into kind of a rehab and resale for home ownership model, but ultimately it could be kind of also focused to prevent vacancy happening in the community and those problem properties arising by getting ahead of the issue at the beginning.
Over the summer, another group from the Humfrey School will pick up with the initial class's research and explore ways to implement some of the initial findings.
If I could see one outcome from Maplewood, I would say rehabbing the home right next to City Hall. I know that that's a big pet peeve of the mayor's, and I would love to see a new family in that home.